In this video, I'm going to show you a fight that happens at home. I'm going to show you how to repair that fight, and then I'm going to show you how to avoid and de-escalate the fight as it's happening. Pay special attention to each section. You're going to see in the first section all the mistakes I make. In the repair, you're going to see me do 3 skills that you need to do forever for the rest of your life to repair fights. And finally, de-escalation techniques when you're in a fight, during the fight. By the way, this is my wife and I acting in this video with a hypothetical, but this is so common. We even get into these kind of snacks. Check it out.
Hey, Jayson, I talked to your mom today, and she said that she was really looking forward to seeing us over the holidays. And I didn't understand that because I thought, it sounded like she talked to you about that or something, and I thought we'd made plans.
Well, hold on a second.
To do.
What are you saying? My mom? You talked to my mom about our trip?
Yeah, she called me today and was just saying that she's really looking forward to seeing us in a few weeks. And I didn't know what to say because I thought we had a conversation about just doing something with you, me, and the kids this year.
No, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. We agreed to go to my family's. We haven't seen my family in years.
Sure, but we had talked about not doing the holidays with either of our families, and we can go visit them at another time.
Are we seriously having this conversation?
Yeah, because we're on really different pages.
I know exactly what happened. I talked to my mom weeks ago, and I've almost booked the tickets. Thank God I haven't booked them yet.
Yeah, because we didn't agree to this.
Yes, we did. We already had a conversation about visiting my family.
No, we didn't. We had a conversation about not visiting either of our families. And both of us saying, yeah, that sounds good.
I feel like you're doing your own thing again. Like you think I do my own thing. This is you doing your own thing.
No,
like you just want a family holiday.
You always do.
We're with each other all the time. Like why can't we just go see my family?
You always do what you want to do. Never what I do or what we've agreed to. And if you talk to your parents, it's like they're in charge or something. I don't know what happens, but
I can't
that's not what we
agreed
to, and that's not what I want to do. So you need to decide what you're going to do about that.
Okay, ouch. 13 mistakes? Ooh. Like you might want to rewind that part just to understand what each of the mistakes was. Yikes. Okay, let's understand how do we repair this, and then we'll show you how to de-escalate this with the same example. Hi.
Hi.
You want to do a quick chat?
Sure.
Yeah. I just want to take responsibility for shutting down and being totally silent during dinner and just going to the basement afterwards. Just was super frustrated.
Yeah, it was really frustrating for me too, because it felt like you just checked out for the night and I was on my own with the kids and
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I did kind of check out. So
yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, and then we have this unresolved thing with your family and
right. Yeah, totally. So I can just imagine how hard this is for you because of everything you got going on in your life. And then there's my family, and I think you wanted to just have a family holiday experience.
Yeah.
And I forgot, I think, about that. Yeah, and then here I am treating you poorly and not honoring your feelings and what you want.
Yeah, I just start to feel like what I want doesn't matter.
Now, here's a choice point. She says, I feel like what I want doesn't matter. And he could easily go, it does too, and kind of defend himself and say, no, you really matter to me. Watch what I do instead.
And it's not important to you.
That makes sense. I can see that. Now, he just saved a huge headache by not defending himself, not reassuring her. He just validated her experience. That makes sense. I can see that. Now watch what it does for her.
Yeah. And I get worried about that, and then I wasn't speaking to you very well, and I don't know, I just don't want to have fights like this.
Yeah.
I feel like it's stressful on you when we get disconnected and argue, and it's definitely stressful on me too.
Yeah. Yeah, it just adds a layer to everything I'm going through.
Yeah, and you have a lot going on, and it makes sense that you might not remember a conversation in the car in passing about what we're doing next month.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
And if you're talking to your mom, and I know they really want to see us because it's been a while, but I could be more understanding probably.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, and I ultimately want to be a team here with our family and your parents and my parents. And
totally. There's a lot of people we're considering all the time, and I want us to decide what we want to do and what's good for us, and then include our families, when that works for us and them.
I'm on board. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, rewind that part. There's a lot they did well, but specifically 3 things. Remember? Ownership, validation, empathy. Doesn't have to happen in that order, but those 3 are the huge ones that will settle another person's nervous system. We go one at a time. Both people start to relax. And then there's a physical gesture of like, okay, we're getting there. This is feeling good. We're feeling safe again. Now let's watch what we could have done differently in the first segment. This is really important because a lot of people ask me, how do we avoid the fight? How do we de-escalate a fight? This is how you do it right here. This will save you so much time and stress and heartbreak and energy. Check it out.
Hey, Jayson.
Yeah.
I talked to your mom today, and she said something about looking forward to seeing us over the holidays. And
Yeah.
it sounded like she'd talked to you, and maybe you two had made a plan, but I thought you and I had talked about not doing anything with either of our families this year, and just doing something you, me, and the kids.
Wait a second. Are you sure that's the conversation you had? Like, that you remember, is that we were just going to do something with our family? Because I remember we were going to go to my family's.
No. The conversation I remember us having was we had decided that for this year we were going to do our own thing, you, me, and the kids, and visit our families.
When did we decide that?
It was a couple weeks ago. We were just driving.
Okay,
going out to dinner or
must
something.
have spaced that. Okay.
Yeah, and we were both like, oh yeah, that sounds good. Like, let's just stay home this
All
year
right.
and do something simple.
I think I remember that conversation, but the way I remember it was because I had talked to my mom that day or that night or something, and I said, yes, we're coming.
I mean, honey, it kind of doesn't matter. I think that...
Okay, this is a really powerful moment. They're both like, I remember it this way, I remember it this way, which couples get really stuck in this. So she does something really wise and says, it doesn't really matter. And then she brings it to what matters more. Check this out.
What happened was we had made an agreement. I thought we'd made an agreement.
Yeah.
And then I'm hearing you had a different thing with your mom, like something.
Well, it's kind of like I've said yes to
I think
people
so.
Right now.
It might have sounded good when you were talking to me, and you might have.
Well,
you
I want to blame you right now. I want to blame you, but I'm not going to. I'm just tempted to because I'm kind of irritated. Okay, why is this move important? I want to blame you, but I'm not going to. She got confused, but it just de-escalated a whole thing instead of actually saying this is your fault, which would have turned it into a whole huge conflict, right? I want to blame you, honey, but I'm not going to. So watch what happens now.
To blame me?
Well, yeah, for not getting that we need to go to my family's. Like, we haven't been there in years.
That's true. I know we haven't.
And I know this isn't really your fault. I think I probably made a mistake, but I'm just irritated because my family's really been wanting to see us.
Yeah.
And shit.
Well, what about this? What if we look at our calendars and see when would be a good time for us to go visit your family, mine, and just you and I?
Yeah, okay.
I just think you and I should really just decide what we're doing, and then we might have to change plans with your family because that's not really what I thought we were doing or wanted to do.
Yeah, and it sounds like you want to have a holiday just with us,
I really do.
And maybe we can do spring break or something with them.
Totally.
You'd be open to that?
I'm open to that, 100%.
Okay. Well, that could be an easy solution. I mean, it's going to be super, my mom's going to be pissed.
Right.
But,
well, maybe we could both talk to her.
Okay.
And just let her know.
Yeah.
We kind of made a mistake there.
Yeah. You mean I don't have to do this alone by myself? You're going to be with me in this challenging conversation with my mom? So she's got my back, right? We're together. We're a team.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that work for you?
Yeah. I mean, look, I want us to, like, it's us first, you know, and I want us to be on the same page.
Yeah.
And I'm just annoyed at myself in this situation here.
Yeah, it's okay. It gets confusing with our parents, and everyone wants to spend time with us, and we want to see everybody. So it's a lot to think about.
Okay. All right. I'll call her tomorrow, but first let's figure out exactly what we're doing.
That would feel good. Okay,
there's so much goodness in this video and how these two handled themselves, right? De-escalating always, like it could have gotten out of hand and gotten derailed any moment with a look or a comment, and they stuck with it, and both of them have enough self-awareness to go, maybe I made a mistake, instead of you made the mistake. And now they came together at the end and have a solution, and they're going to be a team toward his family, his mom specifically. And prioritizing the relationship over anyone else in their life is the way to go. That has both people feel like a priority, feel like, hey, we are navigating our life like a team. My mom's feelings don't come before you. My dad's feelings don't come before you. Coworkers, kids, it's you and I first. I'll do another video on why this is so important. Finally, the key to indestructible partnerships is, in fact, the conflict repair cycle, which I write about in my book. You've got to get very good at cleaning up the mess, de-escalating the mess. That actually builds strength and security in the foundation of your relationship. Okay, before I show you a couple outtakes that are funny, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video. Please share it with a friend, share it with your partner, and let's create a more relational world together.
Another point. We can fight about this. Should we use repair or not? Something like that.
Yeah. Can we do a timeout? I need more, like, your feelings so I can validate them. Like, I felt hurt.
I think we should start over.
I felt frustrated.
I think we should start over, and like you've got to like know exactly what you're gonna say.
Okay.
You guys should post the outtakes of you figuring out how you.
How we're gonna do this.
That's funny.
Right? That's a good stuff.
That's some good